Major Wager. We are back. Podcast number 2. Short and simple. Thursday Night Football. Very easy. 2 average teams, 2 below average teams, 2 terrible teams. The Philadelphia Eagles and New York Giants. Big Dog. First thoughts here when you see this matchup.
We work in the NFC East here, man. It's an absolute shit show. We got Dak out for the season. The Eagles can't find a win. Could not even figure out how to beat the Bengals. Had to fall for a tie. And I think that might be worse than an actual loss because I think they just conceded a tie there. Giants, Daniel Jones, can't see much. I mean, Saquon out for the season. This whole division is just a mess. And the worst part about it is that we're going to get one of these teams in the playoffs, hosting a game, and there's nothing we can do about it. What are your initial thoughts here? Go for it. Let me know.
I think the worst part about it is obviously something else could happen, but the worst part is one of these teams gets a win this week. That's the worst part about it.
They might want another one in the tie column here. Who knows?
I don't see a lot of deserving teams here. I don't think, like you said, the Eagles were just kissing their sister against the Bengals. Otherwise, lost to a pretty below average Washington football team, pretty good Rams team. Obviously, played a close one with the Ravens, which was a shocker. But I think Lamar Jackson was maybe asleep while they played, so not sure how they kept that close. But, overall division's terrible. Again, cannot stand that one of these teams are in. Maybe they'll make a COVID rule and just keep one of these teams out. The fact that Andy Dalton's in this division is just tough to watch. But I think there are a couple things you got to focus on here. I think in the last 5 meetings, Philly is 5-0. Obviously, that says something. Not to say that Daniel Jones was playing in 2017 with the Giants, but it's, going into the game, Philly knows they're 5-0. It's at home. They really can't be any more excited. Lincoln Financial, only heard good things, never been. Got a lot of buddies out there. They love the energy. So, early and often I got to think about the Eagles. But, again, Daniel Jones, never trust a guy with a name like that. So.
Yeah, it seems like week after week we were just waiting for the day that the Eagles show up and kind of impress us, and so we can say, okay, that team's going to win the division. But it just has not been there yet. And, they showed a little bit of fight last week against the Ravens, but, it'll be really up to them if they can put together a couple wins here and figure out a way to make the playoffs and maybe make a run out of this. Stats that really stick out to me overall is the Giants without Saquon Barkley are just, they're a mess. They figured out a way to pull it together against the Washington football team. My fault.
Take that back.
And get a win. But, they cannot find a way to do it on the ground. Can you tell me who their leading rusher is?
I can't.
Because I have it in front of me, and it is shocking. It is Daniel Jones is their leading rusher.
If it's Daniel Jones.
Yeah. They cannot get it done on the ground. And I don't know if Daniel Jones can deal with all the pressure throwing it through the air game after game. So I like the way the Eagles defense plays. I think they can hold the Giants low here. It really will be up to Carson Wentz and that Eagles offense to see if they can put up the points.
Yeah, I think, like you said, them coming out against the Ravens, putting on a good show. Again, were the Ravens hyped up for that game? Probably not. But definitely think it's promising. Shows a little something. Really haven't seen much out of the Giants as of late. Again, beating the Washington football team, that's huge. It's a W I think you and I could pull off. Otherwise, losing to the Cowboys, Rams, Niners, Steelers, 3 of those losses are probably pretty fair. Oh, and the Bears. There you go. There's 4. But don't see a team with a lot of fight here. See a team lacking in identity. Don't see Daniel Jones as that guy. But I did want to give you a little blast from the past, Big Dog. I want to know what you think about this one. Carson Wentz, North Dakota State University graduate. Daniel Jones, Duke graduate. Some of you may have watched March Madness, obviously not in 2020, but in 2019. And the matchup of the first game for Duke was against North Dakota State, 1 versus 16 seed. Everybody loves watching Zion Williamson. Not only did Duke win, they blew him out. But one important fact here is that North Dakota State covered. And all
you know what they say.
What do they say, Chase?
Good teams win and great teams cover. So, that says everything you need to know about Duke and North Dakota State.
And I think that,
So,
I think the basketball team went into that game knowing they're just trying to cover. I mean, they know they're not going to beat Zion. They know they're not going to, but can they cover? Can they do it for the
mm-hmm,
people that have money on the line? And I just think that
exactly.
Carson Wentz knows that. I think that's how his football team played when he was at North Dakota State. I think he's trying to cover tomorrow. That's not going to give away my pick, but I think Carson Wentz. I think North Dakota State knows how to cover. That's what I think.
Okay, let's talk total here real quick because it's sitting a little low at 45. You got any thoughts about that?
I do. I have a couple of thoughts. I think that if I woke up Friday morning and you told me that Philly won 21-14, I would believe you. I wouldn't care any less. I'd move on to Sunday Night Football. Um, if you told me that the Eagles put up 35 points and the Giants put up 13 because they missed the field goal, I'd believe that too. So interesting to see what teams come out here. Again, like you said, Daniel Jones is the leading rusher. I mean, what does that even say? I mean, I think you could get more yards on the ground. I don't know that, but I'd like to think so.
I like to think so too. Yeah, I think it's really going to come down to the defensive side of the ball here. I think we know what we're kind of getting from each of these offenses. It's just, can they get in the backfield? Can they get to Daniel Jones? I mean, that's really going to just dismantle the whole Giants offense. And, can the Giants, can they slow down Carson Wentz? And it hasn't been much of a task so far this year, but I think we're just kind of waiting for that game that he starts to go off and finds his wide receiver and gets some rhythm. And if they can do that, then, I mean, I could see the Philly putting up a decent amount of points in this game, and then it very well may go over. But that's my thoughts as far as that goes.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like you said, I think Carson's going to come out. He's got to have a breakout game. I mean, if he wants to save the season at all, I think, like we said, one team has to make the playoffs, and for Philly or for both teams, but this is one of the games you just have to win. Obviously, in division, not even that, because it's so up for grabs. You got to win games like this. And to be fair, I think Carson Wentz has won more games like this rather than Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones isn't doing it with his backfield. So, yeah, I think who I like is pretty obvious here, but I've got a couple interesting plays, but those can't be given out because sometimes you just got to keep a winner to yourself. So
yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we get to see tomorrow night. Hopefully we do get a good game, get a good matchup, a couple winners from the major wager. You have to check us out on Twitter to see that. But I think that's all we got right now.
yes, sir. Before signing off, I do want to give a shout out to Big Dog. Won the Champions League week. I'm down $10 to Big Dog. Do want to point out too, not even sure if he remembers, but that's just kind of the guy he is. We put together a can't lose parlay. One of us lost and one of us never lost. So the can't lose parlay winner of the week goes to Big Dog. It was Juventus money line, Liverpool money line, Atalanta money line. Paid out plus 330 odds. Big Dog hit that. You got to ride a hot hand. So whatever we like here, we got to listen to Big Dog.
Yep. So check us out. We'll be back on Twitter. We'll be back. Probably get some college football in. Definitely some Sunday NFL. So follow us, subscribe, and we'll be back soon.
Let's do it.